You might not know it because there are so many booster boxes out there, but a lot of people want to know what is the cheapest Pokemon booster box on the market. Well, today I'm going to tell you which booster boxes you can pick up right now and get a super bargain. So let's start off with our list of cheapest Pokemon booster boxes with the number one box on our list, and it just so happens to be one that's not even out on the shelves just yet, and that is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Paldea Evolved booster box. Now, this one's expected to hit shelves in early June 23, and pre-sales are looking pretty cheap right now. Prices are fluctuating between $100 and $110, and you can still find some sellers on eBay that are pre-selling for that price. I've also seen a few sell for under $105 lately, so if you're in the right place at the right time, you could snag a deal. Amazon has been pretty steady at around $115 for this particular box, and that's a pretty good deal considering you're going to get free shipping. Most booster boxes are tough to find these days under $105 or $110, so if you can find them on eBay, it's definitely one of the cheaper options. Remember, these boxes won't ship until around Monday, June 12th, so if you can wait, you can still snag a pretty darn good deal. Coming in at number 2 on our list of the cheapest Pokemon booster boxes is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet booster box. Now, this one is pretty cheap right now, and prices are hovering around that $115 mark on Amazon, and that's including free shipping. So if you're into that new Terra Pokemon scene, this booster box is definitely one you want to look at. Now, this set is one of my favorites right now. I just love it. I think getting 3 holo cards in every pack, and at least one of those being a rare or higher, and the other 2 being reverse holos, I mean, that's just awesome to open up a pack and get those kind of cards in one pack. So I think Pokemon really upped the ante this time, ensuring that players and collectors are getting those awesome holos in every pack. And you know, who doesn't like opening up a pack and getting holos? It's so much fun. So this box is definitely one I think you should look into at this price. And at number 3 on our list is the Pokemon Sword and Shield Battle Styles booster box. This was the first mainline expansion set from back in 2021, and it's a super popular set amongst collectors. The return of those unique alternate art cards was a big hit with the boxes, and they're really fun to open. So I think most consider Battle Styles a great set, and it comes in probably just below Vivid Voltage as the best Sword and Shield mainline expansion. Those V and VMAX cards are super fun to find in packs, and the card list is excellent too. And who doesn't like ripping a pack open and finding a rainbow foil? So there's just there's a lot of cool stuff to find in these boxes. So that being said, what's the price? Not too bad really. For a 36-pack box, they're coming in right around the rest of these, around the $110 to $115 range. That puts the average price per pack just over $3, which is pretty affordable. Considering individual packs are selling for that $4.99 price range in stores like Target and Walmart, buying by the box is a spectacular deal, and that's why it's one of our cheapest Pokemon booster boxes. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, down to number 4 on our list. This is one of the final sets in the Sword and Shield series, Lost Origin. So this one came out in September of 2022 and has been hot from the very beginning. And although it's not the cheapest box on our list at around $135, the price is not too bad, especially for what you can find in it. So why do I like Lost Origin? Well, where else can you find one of the coolest and most expensive Pokemon cards to hit the market in some time? The Giratina V. So this card is easily one of the most spectacular alternate art cards you can find in all of Pokemon, and you've got a chance at finding one in a Lost Origin booster box. If you're so lucky to find the full holo version, expect it to fetch nearly $350 alone for this one card. That's twice the price of the box. And guess what? If you don't find Giratina V, you've got a shot at so many other cards in this set. There are tons of great cards that you can find in these packs. I think over time, this is another set that will grow in value. Outside of the soon-to-be legendary Giratina V, there are probably 15 other cards in that $7 to $10 range, and at least 30 or more cards that are in that $2 to $5 range. So there is just a ton of value in this box. Not to mention, it's a fun set all around, and for what I consider a cheap price for the potential value inside, I highly recommend it. Tied for 5th and our final place on our cheap Pokemon booster box list is the Pokemon Sword and Shield Brilliant Stars, Chilling Reign, and Silver Tempest. Because Pokemon is so incredibly popular across the world, you'll hardly ever see box prices drift under $100. unless right around when they're first released. Over time, prices slowly increase from the low 100s on up to 150 plus. So for these 3 sets that are tied for 5th place on our cheapest Pokemon booster box list, they all have started to make that climb to that next level. But I still think they're affordable and yes, cheap. If these box prices are in your budget, they're definitely worth a look. All of them can be had for around $140 right now, and I think that's extremely inexpensive for the value of the cards potentially inside. Prices have continued to stay pretty stable on Amazon in the $150 to $170 range, but I think you'll find better deals on eBay. I can pick up each of these for around $145, but I can tell supplies are not as plentiful as they used to be. For a few sets that are now a bit older and loaded with desirable cards, that's amazing to me. I think all 3 sets are great and forgotten to a degree, but they will eventually get their due. Take advantage of the box prices now because I think in another year or so, all 3 of these will approach the $150 to $200 price tag and awaken like a Charizard with explosive fire. So that's our top 5 cheapest Pokemon booster boxes. I'm sure over time things will change and adjust, and we'll update our site and this YouTube channel with new posts once that landscape changes again. But for now, grab them like they're hot. So there are a few places where I would look to find cheap Pokemon booster boxes, and just remember that prices vary across the world, so whatever you find in your area might be different than where I'm looking in mine. So the first place I would look is Amazon. So usually the first place I look when it comes to booster boxes or anything like that these days is Amazon. Not only is it super convenient to shop on Amazon and have them ship stuff to your front door, their prices tend to be fairly competitive even on very popular Pokemon items. Another great place to find cheap Pokemon booster boxes is an obvious one, and it's eBay. But I would make sure I'm only buying from a reliable seller. I have a few sellers that I follow on eBay, and when it comes to Magic, MetaZoo, Pokemon, or any of those unopened boxes, those sellers are usually the ones I purchase from. I chose them because they get decent inventories, they have great feedback, they're close to me, and that shipping is quick, and prices are always super competitive. Search for sellers that have or had multiple boxes for sale. They're normally online sellers with large stores, or they might be a brick and mortar local game store. Make sure they have good feedback and have been on eBay for a while. I know everyone starts somewhere, but if I'm going to spend $100 on a cheap Pokemon booster box or even $150 or more on an expensive one, I want to make sure I'm buying from a reliable source. Do your homework or just buy from Amazon. Another great option is your local game store. So I push this one all the time. Support your local game stores if you can. Their prices might be a bit higher on some stuff, but they're usually pretty competitive when it comes to box pricing. Not all local game stores are that way, as some have higher overhead due to owning a store and having to pay rents, mortgages, salaries, and all that other stuff. In those cases, prices might be higher. But I would still suggest you look at your LGS first and then decide if you want to purchase online if the deal is that much better. Outside of Amazon, eBay, and your local game store, there are so many other places you could shop for cheap Pokemon booster boxes. And that includes places like Facebook groups, online auction sites like Whatnot, Craigslist, and even local comic and card shows. Those can be a hit or miss, but worth looking into. However, I like the convenience of Amazon, eBay, and local game stores. And I think for the most part, you'll be able to find just about any booster box you want cheaply at one of these locations. So there you have it. That's our top list for finding the cheapest Pokemon booster boxes. So keep checking back here for updates, and we'll let you know when we find some new and crazy deals on booster boxes. Thanks for stopping by, and hey, remember, keep investing in Magic, Pokemon, and any trading card game that you love. See you soon.